Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good. How's your week been?
It's been long. I'm glad
Really?
I'm glad it's Wednesday, Hump Day. How about you?
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. One just blends into the other. I really don't know. I'm like,
Welcome to fatherhood.
that's what it is. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The weekend is as much work as the weekday. It doesn't matter.
I was
That's all I'll
telling
say.
I was telling Tammy last night that it's just it's like it just all blends together,
Yeah,
man.
it does.
I'm just exhausted like all the time.
Yeah. Well, especially not to say yours isn't as well, but as we've got these young kids here, it's like all it is it's a alternating sequence of get them up, put them to bed, get them up, put them to bed. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
But best thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, God, absolutely.
I used to make fun of parents back in the old days before we had them because and Melissa would literally joke about it. Go, have you ever noticed parents always do that to like bitch about their kids? They go, oh, but the best thing ever. I love them. I wouldn't change a thing. And we're like, what morons? They're just trying to talk themselves into it. But
Right.
no,
But
it's
you
pretty much true.
understand now.
Totally do. You can't
There's-
explain it.
There's so many levels of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many levels. No, and I definitely. It's not like I was looking at flights for myself to get away or anything today. So I would never do that. But
Well, speaking of levels, since you brought it up,
oh dear,
so the last
better know where
couple
this is going.
episodes we were talking about Disney Emoji Blitz.
isn't this the This Week in Disney Emoji Blitz podcast?
Yeah, well, this is going to be the last one because
No, it's not. It is not
I'm
absolutely.
done. I am officially done with Disney Emoji Blitz, and
No.
I know any listeners we have, I know they'll be thrilled that we will never ever speak of it again.
And the arc of this has been funny because I think over 3 weeks, 3 episodes, something like that, it's gone from me saying, what is this game, that stupid game? And then I got sucked into it last time, and now I'm done. I'm so done. But why are you done? Tell me about it. Because you're what, level 25 or something crazy?
I'm working on level 28.
I almost literally did a spit take. I was taking some coffee right when you said that. 28, my God.
28.
How much time have you spent on this?
I've spent a lot of time since I downloaded. I mean, a lot of time. I've invested a lot of time and a little bit of money into this thing.
Imagine if you put that time, that energy,
Be quiet. Be quiet.
into career advancement or...
Yeah, okay. I'm working on level 28. I'm halfway through that level, and
Yeah.
so okay. So and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it's insane. But my frustration hit its peak when I was trying to clear off the Toy Story collection of emojis.
Okay.
There are 5 that are gold that are lucky with certain characters,
Yep.
and that's fine. So one is Buzz, the other is the alien, and the third is Woody. Well, I don't have Woody, and so and I kid you not, it took me a week and a half to get. I needed 2 of the sheriff's badges, and it took me a week and a half to get those because I didn't have Woody. And I saved up my 30,000 coins to try to buy a gold box and hopefully get Woody. And of course I got upgrades both times. Which to existing emojis that characters.
Which means you got a second of something you already got.
Yes, I think it was Nemo or I don't know, but
Okay.
I wasn't happy. So
No.
But so because I've said this before, my whole goal was to get to the Disneyland attractions emoji set and get those, and there's only 9 of them, but there are 9 that I really wanted. And so earlier this week, Monday I think, I finally got the last sheriff's badge and I moved on to Disneyland attractions. And all the rare ones, the gold ones, I had all of the characters. So I actually finished it in like 2 days. And now I have these emojis, and now I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, until they add another neat set, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, at Christmas, I'm sure they'll come out with
Oh,
with a
yeah,
Santa
of
hat
course.
or something like that.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm sure I'll get sucked back in, but for now, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, can you explain this to me? Because
Sure.
you're level 28 or something, you said. And then I work with somebody, they're also like 25 or 26. I am down at level 12, and I've probably been here for like a week. And I feel like there's a secret to this game I'm just not getting, because I play my 5 lives, which is literally like 3 minutes, right? Because it's timed, maybe 5 minutes tops. And then that's it. I can't do anything else. So then I have to stop. I got to go take care of a kid or take care of a work thing or, read your text about how you hate this game, whatever it is I have to do. And then it's like hours later and I go, oh, I got to go back to that game. And then I play it again for 5 minutes. And so at this pace that I'm going, it would take me a year to even get where you're at. So
No,
what am I missing? What am
It's not.
am I just not
play
very
it.
good at this game?
No, how can you not be good? It's just matching.
No, but it's timed, right? So how quickly can you find the matches, right?
Well, but the thing is too, as you level up,
Yeah.
you get more points for the blitzes, and so you accomplish more quicker. But every level. Okay, so you're on level 12, so you have like 12 missions to complete before you get to level 13, right?
Yeah, exactly. But one of
Okay.
them is like combo the rainbow star and a collection item.
Oh, yeah.
which, I mean, I could play 1,000 games and not get that thing
I
down.
know, and that's and so you had to dedicate yourself to kind of watch for that, and like, okay, I don't care about doing this other thing, but I'm gonna concentrate
Yeah,
on getting.
no, I get it.
You know,
But my main problem, and I've already complained to you privately, but for our massive army out there of listeners, what like the most frustrating thing to me is the lives limitation, because I can't play for any period of time. Like I play for 5 minutes. Like even if I had a half an hour to play, I can't just play for that half an hour because
Right. No.
I'm restricted, right?
That's correct.
And I'm like, all right, I'll spend money on it because I like the game. I want to like this game. It looks like fun, right? I want to collect up all the things because I'm a human and that's what we do.
sure.
But like even if I spent money, I calculated it out to each live is like 12 cents or something. It's ridiculous the price of this thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and I've played a lot of, like you, I'm sure, played a lot of free to play games, but this just seems this is like it's punishing. Like they hate the people that play this game. They're trying to make them miserable.
Well, I went. I was looking at something, and I know. I was putting the show notes together for this show, and for the one a couple weeks ago. And I put a link in to Disney Emoji Blitz, but I had to go to iTunes to do it. And I was looking at the ratings for like the latest version,
Right.
and they're all like 1 star because they did change it up. Now you have to spin a wheel for your free spin, or your free gift or whatever every 8 hours. Which that's fine, but most of the time before you would get coins or gems mostly, but now you get like extra time.
See, and that's the thing that drives me crazy about these games, because all it is somebody somewhere has dials that they're like, well, how much
Yeah.
revenue do we need from this thing? All right, let's kick up the difficulty a little bit. Let's give them a bunch
Right.
of coins, right, and
Yeah.
make the spins harder. So I don't trust that any of this is above board.
No, and that's why I'm done. I'm done. Like,
But it's a shame. It's a fun game. Like if
It is. It's a cute little game. It's mindless, so you don't have to invest a lot of. You can just play it whenever.
it's cute, they got the little animations, the little smile when you're in
Right.
blitz mode, and they're so sad when the time is running out. And I want to really like this game, but they've so crippled it. But you know what? I bet there are so many. I'm just guessing. I have nothing to base this on. I bet there are so many fanatical people about this that they're probably like Pokemon Go. They're probably making a fortune off of this thing. So there's no motivation for them to change it, right?
Right.
Reviews be damned.
Right,
If I can
exactly.
say that. All right. Well, I guess that's it. So that's it for
Bye-bye.
Emoji Blitz. Emoji Blitz Corner is now defunct.
It is. Until the Christmas emojis come up.
Right. And I knew we were going to talk about it today, so I picked it up a little this evening. I'm going to give myself a fresh mind here and give it a shot. But no, same thing. I played my 5 lives, and that was it. And then I'm like, okay, well, I had to put it down. I checked. There was 2 more minutes until, I would get 1 life. And I'm like, that's just, I don't know, crazy. Either people are just spending a fortune with this, or, well, tell me, were you doing were you playing every 5 minutes? You're picking it up and all throughout the day?
No,
you,
God, no. I'd play 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'd play it at night, and when the kids are getting ready for bed, and
Yeah.
and I'd just play it then, and then I'd play my 5, and then I'd read something or whatever, and I'd look back. Okay, I have my lives back. I'd play maybe 3 times a day.
What? Then I must really suck at this game. So.
No, but
But anyway, it's done. I'm going to
it's
delete
done.
it. Okay.
Don't delete it.
That's it for. That's it. Till the Christmas ones come out. Oh well, that was okay. Now see the other thing. So I've been playing the Halloween special event thing, and I didn't realize this thing goes on and on and on and on. So I'm playing this, and I'm making no progress on the normal ones.
Right. No. Absolutely, absolutely. And so, man, not to get into this too much, but you see, you keep drawing me back in. But okay, here's the deal. So with the Halloween one,
Yeah.
I'm on 5 of 7. I'm on Spooky Night. Well, I needed like 60 of these dead trees. I need like 60 mice.
Right.
But then I realized, I'm like, well, wait a second. I'm trying to get, because the very last one is Haunted Mansion, and I'm like, oh hey, I want the Haunted Mansion.
Well, of course.
Well, but then I realized, wait a second, Glenn. If you're that close, because I went back and looked, I'm like, well, wait a second. The Disneyland attractions has the Haunted Mansion in it. So if I just complete the regular set, I will have everything in the Haunted Mansion set that I'm trying to get to.
Wait, is that true? These are just repeats? There's nothing original here?
No.
Well, why are you having me do this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it took me a while to come to that realization.
Why would anybody do this then?
I don't know. But I was so close to the Disneyland attractions.
Oh, I see. Because it's further down the list of the regular
Yeah,
ones.
so that's why I said, okay, I'm stopping with the Halloween one. I'm going back to get the stupid sheriff badge. And after a week and a half, I finally got the two of them I was looking for. And then I knocked out the Disneyland attractions and I got the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, wait, I just got a free spin. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
So, wait, no, I'm playing.
You can't
what am I
play.
doing?
No, you can't play it now.
Well, I'm going to waste my lives. Hold on. All right, I'll let it go. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, good going.
All right, I know. Well, maybe this is why. Maybe
Go ahead and play.
Maybe this is why I can't make any progress on this thing. I just feel. I really do feel like there's some like if you watch me play, you'd like, oh, that's what you do? No, that's wrong.
No. It's a gimmick now. I don't.
But who? You obviously had patience enough to get through 7 levels.
Because I had a goal. Now everything after that is silly stuff that I don't care about.
If anybody turned into their first podcast right now, their first episode, they'd be like, I'm not listening to this. 2 middle-aged guys bitching about a stupid.
And that's the
game.
Beauty of this podcast.
This is the quality entertainment you can get here. All right. Well, Pluto, I love your smiley face, but
I know.
You're dead to me. You're going to the pound, kid. Oh my gosh! But look at them all.
But I've been playing this since like June or July, since it came out, man.
Like consistently, like every day.
Like every day, like
Seriously?
3 games a day. That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I'm as high as I am.
You must be high to be playing this game. See, there's only one thing that would keep me playing this. I want the Wally, the little Wally emoji.
Oh yeah, well,
you know
he's
me.
cool. I know.
I love my robots.
Why not let you buy the ones you want to buy? I mean, what? I don't understand.
Because then who would pick? Let me see here. Nobody would pick. Nobody picks Stitch. I mean,
well, no, but if you have a mission and you need Stitch to do it, then you'd be more willing to do it. So I mean, they can structure the game to be able to sell all of them.
Well, seriously, if they would just get rid of the lives limitation, I think that would completely balance it for me.
Yeah.
Because you still have to go through all the things. You could still buy the power-ups. You could still buy the diamonds. But I could play it. But I could get more enjoyment out of it because I could play straight through or reduce the cost at 12 cents a life. That's ridiculous.
I'm kind of happy that they do have a limit, because then I would have wasted hours upon hours upon hours.
Yeah, but you probably maybe or maybe not. You would have gone farther though. I don't know. It just
okay, and then what?
Well, you could say that about any of it. Why do any of it? I love that you're rationalizing it now. Okay, but it's not really good use of time, Chris. Okay, all right. You know what? That's it. I'm done. All right,
we're done.
I'm done. Goodbye, Emoji Blitz.
So the big news this week has been the new Christmas offerings at Disney Hollywood Studios. Mm-hmm. And so they are going to replace I think I think they're going to replace it. I don't know. That hasn't been fully confirmed yet, because they may run both of them. But they are adding a holiday nighttime spectacular called Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. And it's going to it's going to be projected on the Chinese theater.
Uh-huh.
And it's just different, scenes from movies, and it's going to be hosted by the Wayne and Lanny from Prep and Landing.
Which I love, by
I
the
do
way.
like them.
Can I do a little side note on that? I don't remember how, but you mentioned them to me
Yeah.
3 years ago or 4 years ago or something. And that's one of our new traditions now is watching.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I don't know why they don't make like a dozen more of those.
Right. Every year there should be a new one.
Yeah.
They're
I
awesome.
like those guys. So, okay. So they're going to host it.
They're going to host it, and then they're going to project on the Chinese theater and have some fireworks.
Yeah. So sort of like they project onto the castle for
Yes,
I don't remember
exactly.
what that's called, but that kind of system.
And how they project on it today for the Star Wars Spectacular that they do nightly.
See, I don't tell anybody. I've not been to that.
Well, and that's what I was hoping that you would, because now it's I'm switching to opinion time.
Is there music to do this?
Well,
transition?
I just think it's it's something, which is
Okay.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
thumbs up for that they're doing something
Yeah.
with half of the park closed. But
Whoa, stop. What do you mean with half the park closed?
well, I mean,
because of
literally half the
construction.
park is closed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, so, but this is not a replacement for the Osborne lights. I mean, it's just simply not. I mean, it used to be, this is nice. It's good. They're doing something, but I mean, quite honestly, it's not. It's nothing near. And so I don't know if they're going to, and if let this run for a few years and then, but what's replacing the Streets of America and everything else is, Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land. And that doesn't lend itself to, lights or anything, even Christmassy. Maybe Toy Story Land a little bit, but I highly doubt you'll, I don't think they're going to bring back the Star Wars Christmas special and perform that.
Much to everyone's disappointment.
Star Wars Land, so...
If people haven't seen that, they got to go Google that.
Oh my god, it's absolutely unwatchable.
One day I was I don't know, I was probably avoiding something I was supposed to be doing, and I was looking at exactly what is considered Star Wars canon these days.
Yeah,
and somebody asked if the Christmas special was considered canon or not, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Anyway, so it sounds like you're a little mixed on this.
Yeah, I mean. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be and what it's going to look like. I know people will go and video it, and I'll be able to watch it. But I don't know. I mean,
and that's a lot of what it comes down to, right? Is the execution of it, right? If it's what it feels like. Does it feel like it's just like, well, we made a lot of people angry by getting rid of lights, so just slap some videos up on the thing there and say Merry Christmas, or
yeah.
Does it really have some meat to it, right? So,
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, as a test, I mentioned it before that the Osborne lights is a huge part of our tradition going back to when we first moved to Florida 16 years ago. So it's a big deal to us. So without saying anything, I just forwarded this link to my wife. Mm-hmm. Just to see what she would say, because she might go, oh yeah, okay, whoop-de-doo, or or what I got was a big capital letters yay with exclamation points. So
awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't seen it yet or anything, but I think at least it checks off, we can still go to the studios for our Christmas tradition of being at the studios, and maybe it'll be a good show. It's not going to be the same. It's certainly not going to be as immersive as being able to walk through it and stuff,
right.
But at least there's a piece of that tradition we can kind of carry forward. So
yeah. And now that the hat is gone in front of it, like it is a good display area.
Oh my god, it's almost like an actual screen there. So
yeah.
And this technology is pretty good. I've only seen it once or twice briefly at my fun foray at the Magic Kingdom. But I mean, it looks like it would be engaging. So, and people generally have good vibes about the Star Wars one, right? That they kind of use the same technology.
They do. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic. I think it might be good.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I just wish that they would have, in years past for other celebrations, like the year 2000 celebration was centered at Epcot.
Right.
They had the Tapestry of Nations.
Yep. Still remember those big wheels, the drums.
Yeah, exactly. They had that. Yep. They had, so that was centered at Epcot. The 100th, the celebration of Walt Disney's 100th birthday, that was centered at Hollywood Studios. That's where the hat came from.
Okay.
And that's where, One Man's Dream came from and everything else.
Which I love.
Right.
Loved.
So there, what I would like to see, and Disney does a great job at Christmas everywhere. They really do.
Sure. Yeah.
I just think it would be really cool, and this is just me, my opinion, but I think it would be really cool if they use Epcot as a center for Christmas and lit up all of the countries in lights.
Yeah, you mentioned
essentially take the Osborne lights and just blow out all of the countries.
Yep.
So that you could have that immersive experience still. And because you could represent many cultures' celebrations, which they do a little bit, but
mostly America.
But mostly America. I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of nice, but they're obviously not going to do that.
Well, they might call you and ask you, but and I wouldn't want to trivialize it, but it seems like that's a good setup for doing that, right? As opposed to where the Osborne lights were. I'm sure there was a whole lot, because it's not like there's a whole lot of. I'm sure they put in the electricity or whatever, but I would imagine. I mean, you already have the buildings all the way around World Showcase. I'm sure they have an electrical socket or two they could plug into.
I think so.
If it's anything like my house with the 12 dozen extensions that go to it. So I'm with you. I think that'd be cool. So. But how about at least just bring back that gateway thing, whatever that was called.
Right.
We'll start from there.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I'm glad at least they're doing something. It was really sad to think they were just going to do no real, Christmas anything with this. And I like Prep and Landing, so I'm happy it's kind of based on that. Which I think is where the title comes from, right? Isn't that a quote from one of the things? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I really do. I hope it's good. I hope it's great. I hope it takes off like the Osborne Lights did.
Yep.
I really do, because something needs to happen at Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
And hopefully that's it.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. When does it start? Soon.
November 14th.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll definitely go. This is our peak time of going to the parks, especially studios.
Yes.
So we'll try and catch it a few times. I was worried at first when you sent it to me. It looked like it was going to be a pay extra, like a Mickey's Not So Scary or something. So thankfully, it doesn't look like it.
No, it's not. But you can. They will have like a dessert party. So if you want to get good viewing area.
Well, they started doing that with the Osborne Lights too, where they
did they?
It was over by. I don't know what you'd call it. That kind of open space by the Lights Motor Action, and there's kind of by Herbie over there, right in the center. They had like a big circular area that would be roped off and tables and things, and so you could have dinner or dessert there and watch the lights. We never did it, but it was Frozen themed. So.
Oh, dude, and you didn't do it?
I know. Oh, somebody at work asked me today, "Hey, have you been on the Frozen ride yet?" And they were so excited. I'm like, no. But I'm at work. I'm supposed to be professional, so I don't want to spend the next 90 minutes talking about my disappointment with.
I don't know what you're talking about because
I know
everything Frozen is awesome.
That's a whole other episode. Anyway, all right, cue the Christmas exit music.
Jingle bells.
Jingle bell, jingle bam.
Yeah.
Here's a special message for every family on the Pacific Coast. Have you thought about a visit to Disneyland during your vacation? Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom in Anaheim, California is the happiest place on earth. A visit to Disneyland would be the perfect treat for every member of your family during vacation days. All possible modern conveniences are offered travelers from near or far at Disneyland. There's vacation fun for everyone at Disneyland. Join the happy people of all ages in Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom during vacation time. Visit Disneyland in Anaheim, California.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Yes.
All
So
right, so let's talk about something really exciting and happy.
I don't have that on the agenda.
Yeah,
Wait a
sure.
second.
You
Do I?
have annual passes, or as I like to call it, tax time in October.
Right, because you just bought yours, so you know how you
No,
just went
I
through
do.
the pain.
Oh, I do.
So, all right, for our listeners who don't know, I live in New Orleans. I used to live in Orlando, but I live in New Orleans now, and we make fairly frequent trips to Disney.
Not enough.
Not enough. I know. But we try to get down as much as we can. And a couple years ago, being in New Orleans, we get the whole week of Mardi Gras. The children get the whole week of Mardi Gras off for school. So it's an opportune time to visit other places because we're the only ones that are off at that time. So a couple years ago, Mardi Gras for 1 year fell fairly late in the year, and then Mardi Gras the next year was fairly early. So we actually bought annual passes, and we made 3 trips out of it. And we definitely got our money's worth over those 3 trips.
Which we used to do too before we moved down here. I don't think we
Yeah.
ever got 3 out of it, but I did the calculations, and we'd come down 2 times,
Yeah.
and it would end up paying for itself. So.
Yeah, 2 times is pretty much the magical number because...
Well, this was back 15 years ago too. But.
Yeah, but it still works out. The math pretty much still works out based on, because you're basing it on having to buy whatever 5 or 7 day park hoppers 2 times.
Right.
So the annual passes are cheaper. So I am thinking about buying annual passes for the family. And the reason is they are, I don't know if it was because the attendance was so low this year or whatever, but they're definitely adjusting the dial and trying to see what's gonna, what the magic formula is to get people back in the parks. And so right now they just announced that they were going to, if you buy an annual pass between October 2nd and January 3rd, you get 13 months of admission. You get an extra month.
Wait, did you say 15 or 13?
13.
Oh, well, it sounded like 15. Right.
Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry.
I thought you knew how many
13
months were in a year.
admission.
I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Okay,
And so,
13. Yep.
and you also get 20% off all purchases instead of the regular 10%.
Which is a little surprising to me they make this move because, if anything, it feels like there are too many annual pass holders at the parks. You know what I mean? Like, and typically they're not really going out of their way to give a lot of benefit to being an annual pass holder. It almost feels like they want you to be an annual pass holder, but they don't really want you to come there that much. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Well,
So,
they want you to go
interesting.
and they want you to spend money. So,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I guess. But isn't there a?
I mean, it's nothing like Disneyland. I mean, Disneyland, they have to,
Yeah. No. I know. But isn't there a? I thought we were going to talk about today. Isn't there some new pass option where you can get cheaper annual pass, but rides are blacked out for some, not the whole park, but like some premium
for,
rides you
I
can
believe
go on or
for
something?
Florida residents, there's an annual pass that has blackout dates, but not for people
Yeah, blackout dates.
out of Florida.
I saw something. Maybe they were just testing people to see if they were interested. There was something about a new, cheaper annual pass, but there would be blackouts for certain rides because part of the problem is when new things open, like the Frozen attraction.
Oh, that was
or
a
like,
that was a survey.
that was a survey. Okay,
Yes.
so that didn't actually happen, right?
No.
So the big change here is that it's 13 months, which they've done before. I think the last time they did this, that I remember anyway, was right like 2008 when the economy really went in the tank. So this is a little surprising because they certainly never complain about attendance. So it's interesting.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, attendance has been down since last year in the parks.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they say they're okay with that, though, right? Yeah, we're just going to get.
Well,
more
they were
money out of
hitting
it.
their revenue, but I think this year they're not hitting their revenue. Their attendance is
I
down,
see.
and they're not hitting their revenue.
Huh.
Starting in the spring on,
I see. Why do you think that is?
because they've raised the prices so much.
Do you think that's it? It's not like
Absolutely.
It's not Zika or terrorist fears or anything.
Well, no. There's two things. No. Brexit is one.
Oh, yeah,
It's keeping
killing
the
their
British people away.
Yeah.
And then Brazilians aren't traveling as much either.
Well, I've seen no evidence of that, but okay.
Well, so those two things plus the domestic, people are just they're not willing to pay those prices.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to turn all kind of dials to get people back in, but not lose that profit margin that they had.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I mean, as much as I hate renewing them, and it's because every year it seems like we're always riding that magical line between it pays for itself and doesn't. Like, you need to kind of go once a month or something for it to kind of pay off over time. Although the way they keep raising parking rates, all I have to do is go like once, and it pays for the pays for
Yeah,
that.
no kidding. It's like what $22.
Yeah,
Something
right.
like that?
Exactly. It's insanity. So I renewed them, but I got my renewal discount, which is what 15%, I think, and the Florida resident rate, and now this 13-month deal, and I can pay for it monthly. So you add up all that, and it's I mean it's still painful for. So we're family of 4, but one's not old enough to have to pay for yet. So I think we're paying $125 a month for a 13-month annual pass.
Yeah, I really, really, really wish we had that option outside of Florida.
Oh,
I don't
to
know
do it
why.
monthly. That is really strange, right?
It makes
That
no sense.
Like, what difference would it make?
I don't know. Well, the only thing I can think of is they don't they want to discourage people who don't live in Florida to they don't want them to get the annual pass. They want them to
want their
buy
money.
package deal, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you pay for it with your room and everything.
That's
else.
right. You're right. That's exactly right.
So,
And they don't want you to pay it off over time. They want that.
they
that
want it
revenue
right
then.
then,
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense, but it is a shame. It does take a good bit of the sting away from it, because otherwise it would have been writing a check for $1,400 or whatever that math works out to be. Which is, quite honestly, if I had to write a check for $1,400, I might think twice about it. I know I would. I may not have done it this month. So
my cost would be over $3,000, almost $3,000
whoa,
for the 4 of us.
seriously? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So you have one more, and then you wouldn't get the out of state
Correct.
discount, right? And plus, I was getting the renewal discount. So
Yes.
yeah, I think the price was actually like $460, something like that, if I remember right. I tell you, there's one benefit they added that almost takes all the pain away
Well,
from me.
go
Do you
ahead.
know what that
And you
benefit
might
is?
say it.
No, you guess.
PhotoPass.
Yes.
Yes, and that's
is
the other thing.
The biggest perk of anything, because
Right.
I'm the family photographer. I don't get to be in anything. And this way, even though we haven't had that many of them, we've had a couple of family pictures that I'm like, I would not have these pictures if it weren't for this, because I never would have paid for
Absolutely.
them. I wouldn't have even stopped to have the people take our picture. But because I'm like, hey, you know what? Every time I see a person, I'm like, take our picture, because, I paid for it.
Absolutely.
And some of them are pretty good. So,
And I bought it every time we went. So that was another $150, $160, whatever it was,
Yep.
that I laid out every single trip.
Yep. So I hope they never. If they take that away, that would really,
Yeah.
I'd say,
I
anger me.
can't see them doing
It
that.
seems like a pretty cheap perk. I mean, they just have people out there taking pictures anyway. They put it up on a website. You download it. I mean, you can't cost them that much. So
And I think the people who haven't bought PhotoPass or aren't annual pass holders, the amount of people that buy those pictures, I think that pays for the whole program.
oh, probably so.
You know?
Yeah, because they're what, like $20 a piece if you just get them one off, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
It is insane. So, but I like it. They're like I said, we don't get a whole lot of pictures with me in them, because I'm usually taking them.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So the other thing too is if I buy it now, before January 3rd or whatever, it doesn't start then. It's still, I could come in spring or so and activate it then, and that's when it kicks in.
Right.
And I get the 13 months. So I don't know. $3,000 is still a lot of money, man.
Yeah, all right, but okay. Not that I want you to spend money, but
Go ahead.
but all right,
If only I had a
3,000.
place to stay in Orlando.
If only. Man, it's a shame I converted that extra room to a podcast studio.
I know, right?
So, because somebody complained about my audio quality. So, see episode 5. What was I saying? Darn it. You
sorry.
totally made me lose track of what I was talking about.
You don't want me to spend $3,000.
Oh yeah, I know what you. Okay, but all right. Let's break it down though. So that's what, $250 a month? Yeah, because it's 13 months, whatever. Is that kind of what it would come out to be?
Yeah,
I
did the math. Yeah, that's about right.
All right. So, or 2 trips. It's probably a better way to do it. So 2 trips, 2 family vacations, 2 events that will be priceless, that you cannot replace by any other.
Man, how are you not working at Disney?
I should work at DVC, right?
God,
So, I mean, don't you love your family?
Are you sure you don't work at DVC?
I'm sorry. Most of the people we meet, they love their children. So you're unique in that sense. So okay. So
don't you
save your
understand?
money.
We're almost paying you to join DVC.
What are you going to buy
It's
with
such
that?
a good deal.
Booze and TV dinners? I mean, what are you going to spend that money on? It's ridiculous. Spend it on your family, you selfish bastard. So, but all right. So, but $1,500 per trip, right? If you get 2 trips out of it, $1,500 for. I mean, as many weeks as you'd want to go, and if you had somebody you could stay with.
Well, and that's the hold on. Actually,
many weeks,
I should
many
know
days.
that. I know next year it's Mardi Gras is February 28th, but I don't know what 2018.
You know,
is.
by the way, I love you New Orleans people. You're like, oh, Mardi Gras is the best thing ever, such culture, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, be quiet.
You people, I tell you, I never see so many LSU and Saints t-shirts as I do during
that's
whenever
good.
Mardi Gras is down here.
Excellent.
You all, like, flee the city that you claim to
So
love so
it's
much.
so in 2018 it's February 13th. So it's within that 12 months, but I think we'd have, we tried to come to if here's the deal. If I got annual passes, I would try to do like a couple small like weekendish trips.
Right.
You know?
Well, for you, they would work out. I mean, because
To
you're
not-
right,
you know.
right on that cusp, right? I mean, it's like
Right.
you can make a long weekend. It's probably an investment, but even so, even if it were just the 2, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, what is the retail price of 7 days? They're like $100 a day, right, per person?
Well,
Not that you ever spend that, but what?
no, I know because it goes down so much that
Yeah.
like by the 7th
Okay,
day
so
it's
what,
like
60?
$2. You know.
I don't think it's quite that, but all right. What do you think it averages out to? 60, like for a week? If you
Yeah,
bought
sure.
7 days.
Yeah, it's probably like $60 a day
All
or
right, so
something.
that's what I would just figure out and say, well, does it cut it in half? If it cuts it in half, it's a good deal.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the other good thing is that I do know somebody who works at Disney who is very nice to me. I don't know why.
Inconceivably so. Yeah.
She's an angel.
I don't know why whatever.
Exactly. And
I mean,
so
I like it all, but-
she's been generous enough to help us with getting some good deals on the hotel. So I think she could probably help us out a couple more times.
But even
which
so,
would-
even for people that didn't have that connection, I think it's still,
yeah,
as long as you can get 2 good vacations out of it, it seems like the annual pass is still the way to go.
right.
That's my final take on it.
Final take. Okay.
That's it. So it's my financial advice for everybody is, do it, including you. So I've actually been saving this package for, I haven't even opened it yet.
You haven't opened it.
No, because this is my dedication to the show. So I actually have it behind me here. You can't see me, but I'm gonna hang on a second. All right, this is probably gonna be loud. The only thing I did was just kind of crack open the Amazon box because sadly we get so many Amazon boxes here that I had to make sure this was the actual one. But so,
Yeah.
do you want to tell people what we're talking about while I make a lot of noise opening this up?
Absolutely. So yesterday was October 18th, and it was the release date for. And let me get mine.
Also also my 19th wedding anniversary. If anybody, keeping score.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Only 19 years though.
Ooh, yeah, next year I gotta buy a card or something next year. Ooh, look at this.
So it was the release date for the book, Maps of the Disney Parks.
Oh, maps.
Celebrating 60
Maps.
years from California to Shanghai.
Oh, you can't see this, but this is a nice book.
It's beautiful.
I haven't even taken the cellophane off yet, but
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, I actually bought 2 copies. one to open and one not to open.
because I'm a Rockefeller, and anytime I buy one thing I like, I always buy 2 things.
Yeah, well, I actually do have. Well,
That's why I have,
we'll
that's why I
talk
have
about
2
that in a
children.
Right. It's a beautiful book. So it
taking the
does. It
plastic
goes
off.
through a lot of many Disneyland maps, including the maps before
Yeah.
the park opened.
Some of my favorites, right? The sort of concept ones. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then and then but it covers all the theme parks, and it's just really.
I love the way it was constructed. So it's got a I don't know what you call this, a gate cover. It's like split. The cover's like split in the middle, right? And you kind of
Right.
fold it out, and you see the gosh, this whole layout of older vintage maps. Wow.
Yeah.
So I assume this is an official like Disney production. of
Yes,
some kind?
yes, it
Okay.
is.
Oh yeah, it's right on the back. Disney Editions D23. And its full title is Maps of the Disney Parks, charting 60 years from California to Shanghai.
Yeah. So on page 57,
Okay. Hang on.
I used to have that one taped up on my wall, as well as the Epcot Center one on page 61.
All right, hold on. Wow, it's really neat how they put this together, because this way gave them the opportunity to have these bigger pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what were those numbers again? What?
Page 57.
57. Is this interesting to anybody besides us? But
Well,
wow,
everybody
these-
should have this book.
These are so cool. 57. They really should.
So on page 57, it is the
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know this
Magic
one.
Kingdom map.
This is
from
the original one, right?
1979.
Oh, 79? Okay.
Yeah.
Stylistically, I mean, this is pretty much how they were in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other one is on page 61. It's the Epcot Center map from
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
from the opening.
Yep. Yep. Wow.
So I
This
had
is
both
really- I
of those
cannot wait
hanging
to look
up
through this.
on my wall with tape. and 45-year-old me
Yes.
could kick myself
Why? Do you have
doing
it?
that.
What? Do you
Yeah,
still have
I
it?
still have both of
Of
them.
course
but
you do. Are they still up on your wall?
No, they're not.
Back in your day, most people had pictures of what? Olivia Newton-John or Cheryl Ladd or somebody. You had park maps up.
Oh, you're so silly.
No, I'm not silly at all.
No,
I
you're
think
not
that-
silly.
I think that's. Yeah, these are my favorite. Early in the book, where they're showing sort of the concept drawings and the little, like here's
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer Island. We're just sort of like a breakout of that and stuff. Yeah, this is, man. If you like maps, if you love vintage stuff, this is a definite buy.
And it's not that expensive. It's like $25
really
bucks
wasn't.
on Amazon.
Yeah.
I think in the park it's like 40 or something.
Yeah, its retail price here is 40, but yeah, Amazon, of course, controlling the market.
But what's nice is
$20 or
that
something.
they're offering it through Amazon. Like you don't have to. It's not a park exclusive.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Wow. See, and it. I like the back. It says it all started with a map, and it has the original concept map at Disneyland, which is really true. It's the first sort of concrete thing to give people to get a sense of what it was going to be like for that thing that was it's so neat, unique for the time.
Right.
Very cool. All right. Well, I can't. This weekend, I'm going to spend some time with this. Looks good.
Yeah.
All right. And I wouldn't have known about this if you didn't bring it up. So thank you for the suggestion.
You're welcome.
Thanks for indulging me in these things. So It was. I mentioned it was our anniversary this past week. So this weekend before, the in-laws were up, and we got to go out for dinner. And the dinner place that we were at was running an event, I guess you call it, basically in concert with St. Jude Children's Hospital, Children's Research, whatever their official name is. And it reminded me what a great organization that is, and especially if anybody has kids, you probably know what it feels like to even imagine what any sort of serious illness to, God forbid, your children would be like. I mean, I don't know about other people, but I freak out when my kid had to get stitches. So, I can't imagine what it'd be with having kids with any sort of life-threatening disease, and then compound that if you had to worry about how you would pay for that medical care, et cetera. And St. Jude's is an amazing organization that their whole goal is to make sure that everybody has access to the same high level of care, that they put a lot of research into solving killer diseases, leukemia, cancer, all those, and they make sure that it's open to everybody that that might need it, and make sure that none of them have to pay for it, whether it's the actual hospital care, doctor care, places to stay. I mean, St. Jude's covers as much as they can with it. So in every respect, it is a quality charity that I think everybody should support one way or another. Again, just like I said last time with the Red Cross, it's not always about giving money. St. Jude has even some portions of their website you can look at and see what you could do to run your own fundraiser at work, even in a small way, and they'll send you a whole packet with posters and all the stuff you need to kind of have a fund drive in a box, right? So you get all the stuff you need to kind of run that. So take a look at it. If it seems like something that resonates with people, then find some way to help them out. They seem like a great organization to help. So that's what I got this week.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So in 2014, Disney came out with a Disney Parks and Resorts attraction poster calendar. And I think it was 2014. It may have been 2013. But they came out with one for Walt Disney World, and they came out with another one for Disneyland. And all of the pages were, so if it was the Haunted Mansion, like they would have the Haunted Mansion in both for like October, but they would have the Disney World one in Disney World, but they were kind of mirror images of each other.
Okay.
And oh my God, I loved it, because besides maps, the posters from the parks are I love the posters more than I love the maps.
Really?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
More of a map guy, but all right.
So, and that was actually that actually followed the release of the book, the Art of the Disney Disney Posters.
Okay.
And it sold out. They sold out really quickly when they first offered them. And so the next year they came out with. They didn't come out with another version of the poster calendars. They did a Pixar poster calendar. Mm-hmm. And I don't think 3 people bought those things. And so they finally wised up. And then I think the next year they didn't do anything. And then for 2016, they came out with a new resort poster calendar. And I have it hanging on my wall. And it's really cool because there's, they could go a little deeper into some of the more obscure posters. And so it was announced this week that they're releasing it for, actually last week, it was announced that they're doing one for 2017. And so it's really cool because they have things like Magic Journeys and the Crystal Palace and the original Carousel of Progress. So it's like I said, more, rarer ones that you don't see anymore.
Right.
So anyway, so I went ahead and so I don't know if you know this, but for iOS at least, they may have an Android version, but
I don't do Android anymore. Back to iOS.
They have a Shop Disney Parks app.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So what it is, it's different from the Disney Store. It's actually run by the Disney parks. And so anything you can, well, almost 98% of what you can find in the parks.
I'm going to fact check you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was backing off of it a little bit. Most of the stuff that you can find in the parks, you can actually order through the app and have it mailed to you. So what's nice is that for people, and the idea is you would use the app in the park, like if you don't want to carry anything with you or whatever, you want to get it, but you want to have it delivered to the house. You don't even want to bring it on the plane or anything like that. You can actually take a picture of it, take a picture of the tag or whatever, and add it to your cart, and then just check out on the app, and
Wow.
you're done. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
But for people who are not in the proximity of the Disney parks, we can still use the app and order things like we were there. And so this morning I ordered 2 of the calendars. So
Very cool.
yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I did not. That's a good tip. I didn't know they had that app to. So if
Yeah.
there are things that you know are in the park but you can't get there.
It doesn't have certain things like like the cookbook for the Food and Wine Festival. Like you can see it, but you can only get it if you're there.
Nice.
So there are some things that you can only get when you're there, but
Okay.
the calendar, it wasn't there yesterday.
Okay.
It actually was there, but it said it was sold out. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll check again tomorrow. And so this morning I went on and it was opened up, and I ordered mine. So
Okay. Very cool. Neat tip.
yeah, I have no idea if anybody's listening to this or if thousands of people are listening to this.
Especially at this point.
Yeah, if they got through Disney Emoji Blitz.
It's a shame because stuff after that was actually,
Yeah, I know,
pretty good.
right? So here is, and you and I haven't talked about this, but I thought about it.
Uh-oh.
What I would like to do is I have a Disney News magazine from winter 1979, and so
Okay.
it has Big Thunder Mountain on the front of it. Because Big Thunder Mountain had just opened in Disneyland in 1979, and it was being built in 1980. It hadn't opened yet in 1980 in Disney World. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to give that away to somebody, to one of our listeners. And we're not going to have a contest or anything like that. All we're going to do is if you email us at show@tron.fm or follow us on Twitter or follow us on Facebook. And every time you do one of these things, you'll get an entry. And we'll run it until Halloween, until the end of the month. And on November 1st, I'll take everybody who follows us on Twitter, on Facebook, and who has emailed us and put it in a hopper and pick a name, and that's who will win the Disney News magazine.
Man, that is nice of you. Is this open to co-hosts?
It is not open to co-hosts.
Oh, man, I knew there was a catch. All right. Well, still pretty nice. I didn't know you were going to be giving stuff away.
One other thing, or
Here's the
you're
asterisk.
also entered if you leave a review of the podcast on iTunes.
You have to leave a good review, though.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we want feedback.
No.
We want to know how we're doing,
We want good feedback.
good or bad. It doesn't matter. We need to have any constructive criticism.
All right, as long as the bad stuff's about Glenn and
Well,
the good
it will
stuff's
be,
about me.
so you know that. Jeez. Who's that guy with that weird accent that just talks and talks and talks?
Where's he from? What country is that?
I know, it's so weird.
Well, that's cool. So are you going to publicize this? Like, how? I want to see a picture of this thing you're giving away.
Yes, I will. So in the show notes, I don't know. Can I put a picture up on Tron.fm?
It sounds like work for
Mr.
me now, but
Webmaster.
yeah, we could do that. We could figure something out. Sure.
But I can post a picture on our Facebook page as
Yeah.
well as on Twitter.
Yeah, we can do something. Okay, awesome. Is this going to be like a thing? You're going to run out of stuff.
I don't know. I might, because I need to get rid of some stuff, man.
Yes, that's what your wife told me.
Yeah, no lie. And so this might be a nice way to do it.
I wish people listening could see your collection because it is.
Oh my goodness!
It's impressive.
We'll have to have a
Yeah,
show and tell.
you know
on
what
that.
you could do? You could do like a vlog of your
Oh,
of your
Lord.
stuff. Yeah, vlogs are all the rage. Do you watch any vlogs?
I don't.
No,
Not,
I've started
not
to
often.
because I'm hip to what the scene is.
Cool.
Yeah, you should do that. Walk people through your collection. You got some neat stuff there.
I do have some neat stuff. I really do.
Yep. You need more room.
And not to sound conceited, it's just
No, you do.
You know, and it might not be valuable, but I like it. I think it's cool.
I told you missed your calling. Should have been a curator.
Oh, no. Oh, no kidding, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Well, good luck, people. I hope somebody deserving gets it.
Yeah, give us some feedback. That's what
Good.
we're looking for.
Good feedback.
What I'd like to do is do a pick of the week.
Okay.
So one from me, one from you, and it can be anything on the planet, like whatever you want to talk about for a few minutes.
So it doesn't have to be Disney related, huh?
It absolutely does not have to be Disney related. In fact, I hope it's not Disney related.
Whoops.
Or I'm happy if it's Disney related. That's awesome.
Actually, I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble finalizing my pick here. So you're gonna have to start.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw on I don't know Kinja. I think it's Kinja deals. Anyway, one of these deals sites that I follow, whatever, they had a tweet about this disk drive. It's an external disk drive, and it's the Toshiba.
Oh no.
Don't say that. Canavo AeroCast 1 terabyte wireless portable hard drive. Okay.
Wireless. Okay.
Yeah, so the idea is that, and unfortunately, and this is where it's my bad. I haven't had the chance. I just got it today in the mail, so I haven't had a chance to try it
Oh,
out.
what kind of recommendation is
But-
this then?
It's awful. It's an awful recommendation. But okay, so this is the reason I'm bringing it up. So this hard drive has an SD slot on the side of it,
Yeah.
and it has a battery in it.
Yeah.
So the idea is you can take this, you can put it in your bag,
I gotta look this up.
and you can put it in your bag. And if you're taking pictures, if you if you're out in the wild, you can take your card out of your camera, put it in here, transfer the pictures onto the it automatically transfers the pictures to the hard drive.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds like witchcraft, to be honest.
I know, that's why I want to try, but it has really good reviews.
Really?
Yeah. So
Sounds like something that wouldn't work. This is the Canvio AeroCast. Is that what you said?
yes.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. How'd you find out about this?
Like I said, it was just through a tweet on.
sorry, I missed that.
For a deal site that I follow, and it was Newegg sold it, and so anyway, the reason I was thinking about it though is because of our we usually go to the Rolex 24, and I usually run out of card space. And so I thought, and even if I don't run out, just to back up what I've already taken, right?
Sure. Yep.
So
Man, I would have loved this a few years ago because I'd go on vacations and I'd take this whole complicated setup just for this purpose, which is I wanted to back up my photos every day. So
right. And and the other thing, it was like $50.
yeah,
So I'm like, all right.
very cool. Now, what's the wireless part? How does the wireless work?
Well, so you're supposed to be able to.
Like from your camera?
No, to your computer, so you don't have to hook the USB cable to it.
All right, I got you. Oh, neat.
I'm probably never going to use that. But
Yeah, it's mostly about putting the SD
the SD
card and
card,
backing that up.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So we'll
Very
see.
neat. Good pick.
So that's my pick.
Good pick. I still got nothing. I was going to pick something, but then I realized I don't have all my books unpacked from our move a while ago, so I'm having trouble finding the exact title. But you know what? I'm going to roll with it anyway.
Go ahead.
The good news is I sent you a copy of this book. It's
Okay.
a graphic novel.
Yes.
And what's the exact title?
I have it right here.
And now
Hold
I'm
on.
not even sure it's okay.
It is Whatever Happened to the World of Tomorrow.
Right. So I've been here Googling all kinds of Tomorrowland and whatever. Okay. So let's see if this is still even in print. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm kind of a wannabe comic book guy. Whatever happened, not Baby Jane, whatever happened to World of Tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this is still in print. If it's not, then this is a lousy print. Lousy pick. Okay. Whatever happened to the World of Tomorrow. So it's a graphic novel. And it is kind of quasi Disney related, I guess you could say. I thought it was a great story. It was sort of like the future that was discussed that really, sort of Epcot was strongly based on, and Tomorrowland. Just found it was an interesting story, and I liked it so much, and it's been years since I read it. Hope to dig out my copy sometime. That I actually just sent Glenn one. I don't know if he ever read it. He never said anything about it, but it's like this. This review gave it a hopelessly optimistic moon age daydream. So it's sort of that sparks that imagination and things we used to allow ourselves to dream more about. But I actually feel we're having kind of a renaissance of that now with things we're doing with talking about going to Mars, etc. So even if you're not a comics person, it's really more of a, quote, graphic novel than a comic book. So that's my pick. I think it's only, I don't know, what, $14 on Amazon, whatever. But I thought it was a good read.
Yes, that's actually a great pick.
Thanks. I spent a lot of time on it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the World's Fair. It's a story that all centers around the World's Fair, right? And sort of what happens from there. And yeah, so if you're a Disney fan, there's a lot of overlap here, and because as we all know, that sparked a lot of what happened with Disneyland, Disney World. So
Yes, it did.
yeah, highly recommend it. Okay,
Cool.
was that it?
That's it. That's
When-
it for this week. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Terrific Recordings of Nothing. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Tron_FM, and on Facebook at Terrific Recordings of Nothing. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at tron.fm.